Hello, are you ready for today's project? We are going to use everything, not everything, but a lot of what we have been using in the past. We're going to do collage again, but we're going to do something a little different. Go ahead and get any little bits of paper that we have been doing practice things on. I don't know if you remember this. I was cleaning off my inky spots with it. I'm going to use this today. You can get other kinds of paper. I have my stripes from when we were playing with watercolor and book pages. I found some scrap paper of graph paper and lined paper. I have some brown paper bag and just some regular copy paper. What we're going to do today is we're going to use these paper pieces as different elements of collage. So, other than your papers, what you're going to need, your black ink pens. That can be any of these ink pens, Sharpie, G2, whatever this one is, markers, crayons, anything to get some color onto these pieces of paper, scissors, and a glue stick. So the first thing that we can do is we can start building up pattern on paper. This is something that I do if I ever get bored. This is just brown paper bag with little black lines all over it. Doesn't even have to be that neat. This is just some different marker scribblings. There's no rhyme or reason to it. These are just marks that are kind of fun to make. And while this seems like nothing, we're going to turn it into something. I was trying to see if I could make paint out of marker. It didn't work very good on this paper, but I'm going to use this too. You know, just whatever. I have this from the other day. I can use this in my collage. So let's start talking about building up pattern and marks, and then we're going to move to our collage portion. All right. So here's what I do, and I get a little bored a little fast, so that's why my marks change all over. The second it's not fun, I stop. So what you can do is, like, I already am tired of those little purple stripes, so now maybe I just take a pen and I just do little dots. They can be the same, they can be further away. I'm already getting bored of this, so now maybe I'm going to move on to, scribbly curly cues. It can overlap a little bit. What's happening is I'm just creating these textures and these patterns. I'm going to switch tools and colors. Maybe I'm going to get some geometric kind of shapes in there. And now back to circles. So just have fun playing with different kinds of ways that you can build up textures and marks on paper, on book pages, with permission. All right. So feel free to do that, or just simply grab some of the things that we've had, that we've been working with previously. I have all kinds of stuff here. What we're gonna do from here is we're gonna cut out a few different shapes. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. I would say cut out some mounds. A mound is like a lump. So lump shaped, like this. There's a lumpy shape. Cut out a few mounds, some bigger, some smaller. Cut out some, what about a bean shape, like the shape of a jelly bean? What about a lumpy circle? Nothing says fun like a lumpy circle. I'm gonna take, what about this? What about a book page? And I'm just gonna make a circle with a lump. Once you see what we're gonna do, you might be inspired to use some different shapes. And I have a bunch of circles on here, but that doesn't mean that I have to cut out around the circle. I can cut out a circle that combines a few circles and cuts a few circles off. So we're going to use this in conjunction with, if you remember our very first or second class now, where we made really simplified animals. What say we turn some of these into really simplified animal shapes? So, glue stick. Get a lot of glue on there. Ooh, maybe not that much. Ooh, maybe, well, maybe it's okay. And then we'll glue this right here. Now, we can turn this into maybe a cat. All they need is little pointy ears. Pointy ears. Some cats have very squinty, suspicious eyes when they're looking at you. Other cats have big, wide open eyes. They have a little nose and a little mouth. And boy, the way this jelly bean is facing, I would guess that there would be a great big tail right there. And whiskers, of course, always with the whiskers. And a little paw. With a little rounded foot. Maybe his other paw, maybe he's cleaning himself. There's a little tongue there. And look at that, we have a cute little cat. Let's see what we can do with this. What do you suppose this one looks like? Ooh, if I change that shape, maybe from a circle to a partial mound, that kind of looks like a turtle shell, doesn't it? So partly, you can decide to make an animal and cut out the right shape, but sometimes the fun thing to do is to see what the shape looks like and then figure out how to turn that into a fun animal. Let's see. Turtles have those little pokey outy heads. And they have some feet. It's just a little partial rectangle shape. And a little flap of a tail, don't they? What if there's a little bird sitting on top? You can see where your imagination takes you. Anyway, that is just a fun little thing. You can create all kinds of animals with all kinds of textures. And you can start to play with, what do they look like when they're sleeping? What kind of a shape, overall shape, does a cat or dog make when they're sleeping? Remember how we made their eyes, did something slightly different with eyes to make things looking in different directions? Well, we can do that with cats too, or dogs, or whatever animal you decide to make. If we move the eyes this way, Now that cat's looking at that cat. So have fun collaging some bits and pieces of your paper to create the textures and colors of animals. That's all. Do you hear that? We're having chocolate cake for dinner. I'll see you guys tomorrow.